So I've been thinking a lot about instant gratification today, perhaps because I have a last minute holiday coming up this Sunday for a few days, a long weekend away that I spontaneously booked because, the business was going well. And, it's kind of a cycle that I fall into. Some of you are probably the same. This constant need to reward yourself when things are going well, and then you take the hits and the tough times even harder. So I've been thinking about instant gratification, and it's something that we're all very familiar with. Obviously the internet, the rise of social media, globalization, all of these macro trends in the world have really made instant anything, instant delivery, instant access to information, instant gratification. It's really made it the norm and an expectation in the minds of our customers. Shipping is faster than ever before. In particular, Amazon, I remember seeing this video about them doing preemptive drone deliveries. So even when you didn't know you yet needed something, they would deliver it to you and anticipate your needs before you knew them yourself. So in this world of instant gratification, what does it mean as an entrepreneur? So I thought I'd start with my perspective on the bad and the ugly. So what I've found myself falling into, and perhaps some of you can resonate with this, is that instant gratification really pushes you into this short-term thinking. You are aiming for goals that are a day away, a week away, a month away, rather than thinking as you need to about the long term and what your business will look like in 3 years. They say that an entrepreneur works like no one can to live, works like no one is willing so they can live like no one can. I don't really buy into that. I believe you build your business and live the lifestyle as you build. But perhaps that's my instant gratification talking. But what it does do is the short-term thinking. It puts you into this self-perpetuating cycle where you're constantly thinking short-term and potentially hampering and challenging the right decisions that would set you up for that long-term exponential success. And I guess where the bad turns into the ugly for this is when you favor lifestyle gratification over business gratification. For example, earlier in this year in June, I took some money out of the business to go on a trip for my 30th birthday. It was worth it from a lifestyle perspective. It was a beautiful trip. It was a beautiful celebration. But that is money that I couldn't then reinvest in my business and in organically, well, not non-organically growing it. And so my business then didn't grow the next month in July and then August. And probably it's not at the point it is now that it would be if I hadn't taken that holiday. Not that we shouldn't take holidays, but I think it's something that we need to be conscious of. When are we favoring that instant gratification over our business success? I do also think there's a good side to this. Personally, I know that this is how I'm motivated. I am motivated by rewards, by hitting goals. And so what I do, and my team is the same, is that we set mini milestones that we can achieve together in our business and then have a reward that we're working towards. For example, our last revenue milestone, which we've actually hit, we said as a team, we're all going to go hang gliding off Lion's Head in Cape Town when we hit it. So hopefully we'll do that in the next month or so. Then our next one, our next revenue target, we're going to go and do a weekend at a game reserve and hopefully do some gin tasting. So, it can also be used for motivation. So it can be good or for harm. What I think is an interesting skew on instant gratification is when you think about how this affects your customers and how you as a business should interact with them. So I thought I would just share a tactic that I'm using, and I believe successfully, for service, for marketing, and for sales to really play into this rising trend of needing everything instantaneously. And I think the other thing to note is what I've realized that goes along with this instant gratification is a lack of attention span. So we want everything instantly, and we don't want to have to search. We don't want to have to read a really long form blog article anymore to find the points. We want, here are the 5 points bullet, or a vlog, or the rise of content like stories on Instagram, where it's like, if you can't tell me in 15 seconds, then I'm not interested. So from a marketing perspective, what this means is that we should move more towards this snackable content, this bite-sized content, you know, rather than, and I'm a big proponent of 1 hour long masterclasses, but what I've realized in some segments of my market, people are just not going to sit through it. They sign up, particularly for my Instagram training over Facebook, where the demographic is younger. They sign up and the turn-up rate is much less. Whereas snackable, breaking that down into, say, 5 emails that I send 1 a day, gets a much better result for me. So if we're marketing, think snackable. Try and, you know, throw one of those long-form blog posts out the window and see if you can summarize it in a 4-minute video instead. The other thing is service. So what we have seen recently is this debate and this rise of chatbots, so messenger chatbots on platforms like Facebook instead of email. And you've probably seen people saying, you know, email is dead and messenger chatbots are the way forwards. This is not true. Email is not dead, but from a service perspective, people are just not willing to wait for your response anymore. And in fact, you've probably seen this too as business owners. If someone has emailed you and you don't reply within, you know, a few hours, you'll get a message on Facebook, you'll get a notification on Instagram. It's a lot more personal, so sometimes it's quite nice for building the relationship. But again, it just plays into this immediate need for a response. So as an entrepreneur, I have been experimenting a lot with messenger chatbots. And if you haven't used them before, it's essentially, you know, it's AI-based automation within Messenger. So someone could come to you, and you've probably seen Facebook has already implemented some of it. They can go to your Messenger and ask you a standard question, and you can build in a set of responses that get sent back to them immediately on your behalf, so it's automated. There's obviously then the opportunity to talk to a human because, you know, most of us are not sophisticated enough yet to have the answers to all of the questions automated, but definitely look at implementing something like this, particularly if you are drowning in those types of messages coming in. And then the third avenue is sales and how we can really play into instant gratification there. And, you know, it's really, and what is working for me is building urgency. So why does someone need to buy from you and your business today as opposed to in a week from now? And so a lot of you will have seen what I do is I offer bonuses. So if you buy on the day, you get this bonus. If you buy the next day, then that bonus is taken away. If you buy the next day, then, you know, another bonus is taken away. So it's like there is a huge, huge incentive and almost like first mover advantage. And it's super exciting for someone to be that first person or those first 10 people who are buying from you. So that's my 2 cents. Thanks to those of you who have stuck through with me. Feel free to share your comments as well. I would love to read them. And, you know, if you do have any questions about messenger chatbots or snackable content, I'm here. You can reach out. It won't always be my chatbot replying to you. It will be me. Have a really good evening. See ya.